They didn't cry until I left them.
Because of a word said during the day, Keller came to the vicinity of Alex's home and waited quietly for an opportunity. Shortly after, Alex finally stepped out. Just a second ago, he was obediently walking the dog, but as soon as they reached a dark area, Keller lifted the entire dog off the ground. This made Keller even more convinced that Alex was a pervert, so Keller took out his gun and began to act. However, unexpectedly, Lix hummed a song, and it was exactly the one that his daughter sang on Thanksgiving Day. This made Keller's hand holding the gun tremble involuntarily. The next day, Keller took Frank to an old house where they used to live. At that time, Frank still had no idea why Keller brought him here. It was not until Keller opened a door that Frank saw Alex was being held inside. It turned out that Keller, in an attempt to find his daughter, had the audacity to kidnap Alex. It seemed that Keller had been completely blinded by rage. At this point, Frank was still relatively clear-headed, but he still felt that this was not quite right. But Keller told Frank the whole story and said that even if he handed Alex over to the police, it would be of no use at all, because once at the police station, Alex would continue to pretend to be sick and act stupid, and no one would believe what Keller said. If they wanted Alex to reveal the whereabouts of Keller's daughter, they had to take such an extreme measure. Very soon, Alex was beaten to a pulp and remained silent without uttering a single word. At this moment, his humanity was completely submerged. Meanwhile, Loki got a clue that Alex's RV often stopped in front of a house and wouldn't leave until a long time later. Strangely, this house had long been abandoned. Coincidentally, the owner of this house had also lost a child. On the other side, with Frank's help, Keller pulled Alex up and decided to inflict more torture on him. Keller roared at Alex, demanding to know the whereabouts of his daughter. But in the end, they still got nothing. That night, all the residents of the small town spontaneously gathered at the place where Anna and Joey went missing, praying for the two children to return safely as soon as possible. However, at that moment, Loki noticed that a man in the crowd was behaving suspiciously. What was more crucial was that the two men fled like crazy upon seeing Loki. So Loki hurriedly chased after him, but soon Keller lost sight of him. That guy seems to be very familiar with the local terrain. So could the disappearance of Anna and Joey be related to this mysterious man? The police immediately issued a warrant for the man's arrest after that. Frank saw the news on TV. The next day, Keller told the story to Kaylor, but Kaylor didn't care at all. Kaylor was convinced that Alex must know where the children were. Even if the suspect was really the murderer, Kaylor must be Alex's accomplice.